Looking forward to 2028, Trump 2028.
You want to see Trump run again in 2028?
He'll win.
But would you be okay with him running for a third term?
I have no problem with that at all.
Even if it's against the Constitution?
I don't believe it's against the Constitution. I believe there's other routes there.
And what would those routes be?
I don't know. I'm not a constitutional lawyer.
But if it was against the Constitution, which it is, would you still be in favor of it?
I'm not in favor of breaking laws, no.
So no Trump 2028.
Trump 2028.
All right.
The good liars were out in the MAGAverse. Here's some of the chatter they found within these alt-right circles.
How'd you feel about him renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America?
I'm very happy about that.
What do you think that accomplished?
Oil drilling?
No, I think
Oil drilling?
Isn't that why he did it?
Why would that be?
I'm not really well phrased on this, but
I think it was just a pissing contest with Mexico, to be honest.
I thought he did it because there were stipulations on the Gulf of America, and so, the Gulf of Mexico, and so he changed it to Gulf of America so there was something about drilling, I thought.
To open up drilling by changing the name?
Yeah, he was able to get around it or something.
Just change the name. That'd be smart if other people did that. Just change the name of things and then they could drill.
Yeah, he gets stuff done.
Answers that are completely insufficient to not just everything that we are seeing, but reality in a nutshell.
I'm not for deporting all illegals. I'm for due process if you're not committing a crime.
So you're against what's happening right now then?
I didn't say that.
Well, the ICE is deporting people without due process who are not guilty of crimes.
I think the ones that haven't, the illegals that have not committed a crime and are law-abiding, I think they ought to be due process.
So you're against what's happening right now then?
I'm not against deporting anybody that's committed a crime.
Right, but people who have not committed a crime, which are many of the people being deported, you said you're against that. So you're against what's happening right
I think
now.
they ought to be vetted and screened.
And even though they're not and they're deported, that's what's happening right now. So you are against that.
I think, again, and that's all I'm going to say, is the ones that haven't committed a crime, I think they ought to be vetted and see if they can stay.
You don't agree with Donald Trump about that particular issue then?
That one issue. Now, the ones that have committed a crime, get their ass out.
So the ones who haven't committed a crime, would you be protesting in LA if you lived there?
No.
On behalf of those people who haven't committed a crime and are being deported?
It's too violent. Could you see me in LA with this hat? Come on.
Are you saying parts of LA don't have Trump supporters? Go to Beverly Hills. Walk around. You would be surprised.
Are you concerned that Donald Trump sent in the National Guard even though it wasn't requested by the governor?
Yes, because President Trump has the right to protect his citizens when he sees that his governors and his mayors, who most of them have been placed there by people like George Soros, a group of people was ruling the world, like through the 1913 Federal Reserve, ruling the world in our name.
Are you talking about the rich 1%, the billionaire class that controls everything?
Yeah. But you cannot you don't attack people's wealth. You don't try to attack people's wealth. So you want to try to attack people's wealth, and because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to circumvent and try to say because President Trump is a billionaire that, he's a part of the 1%.
I wasn't even saying that.
Oh, okay. Well, but a lot of people do try to
You connected the dots yourself.
Yeah. Where you want to call it connecting the dots. But President Trump has lost so much of his wealth dealing with 9 years of the same global elites.
You know that he made billions of dollars off of his crypto, his meme coin.
That's quite all right.
The inability to acknowledge that their beliefs are pure and utter BS also took place.
Why are you so excited to see Donald Trump today?
I wouldn't say excited to see him because I've seen him multiple times, but I'm just here mainly for our veterans, our military. It's not a Trump day, even though I am a Republican, proud Republican.
So you've got a hat that says "Make America Great Again" with Donald Trump's signature. You've got a button with Trump's face on it, and then it says Trump on your shirt. But this day isn't about Donald Trump.
It's not about him.
No.
Nope.
The inability to comprehend that they acknowledge the deflections they make to justify their own rhetoric.
Having this military parade for Donald Trump's big, birthday. Is that a little bit feel authoritarian? Does it feel that way to you?
No, not at all. One of the things that, people need to realize is having a strong military is the biggest tool we can use against terrorism and totalitarianism. It's like everybody,
Even when you're sending that military to American streets, it's still somehow fighting totalitarianism?
Yeah. Well, guess what? I grew up in Detroit, all right?
No, but I'm saying you're talking about fighting totalitarianism, but Donald Trump is sending troops to American streets.
Well, because they're protecting federal assets. They're not.
What about states' rights?
What?
What about states' rights, though?
You know what? He has control of the National Guard. He can nationalize them at any time.
Right, but governors should be able to say yes or no to that, right?
No, because if Gavin Newsom doesn't want to do what's right by his people and by the law enforcement officers.
But what about states' rights? The states have rights too, right?
They do? Yeah, you're right, they do.
More nonsense?
Do you think that this parade is more about the military or Donald Trump's birthday?
Oh yeah, different from military because
What does the sign say here?
It is about the military.
It's about the military, but the sign says "Happy Birthday, President Trump."
that's for him.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Trump. Happy birthday to you.
Have a MAGA birthday.
What was that? Sorry. What did you say?
Have a very MAGA birthday.
All right.
And the singing of happy birthday to their leader. Not a cult, though, of course. I think what frustrates me the most about all of this is the fact that they just don't see it. How do you not see it? How do you not see where you are, your surroundings, and all of these folks who say it's about the military, yet rock Trump merch? Yeah, I think this is a great celebration for the military while I wear my Trump hat, and my Trump shirt, and my Trump button, and my Trump pants, and my Trump underwear, and my Trump socks, and my Trump shoes. And also, I have a tattoo of Donald Trump on my back, and also on my stomach, and also on my arms. And also, I don't know if you saw, but on OAN, they pulled a Newsmax where they tried to relate to Fox News while also going on Real America's Voice to watch Stuart Peters. Like, I just can't get over how delusional some of these folks are. And how it's just blinding. It's blinding them to get back into reality. This is the uphill task that we are faced with right here. It is front and center in this video. Jason Selvig and Davram Stiefler, meanwhile, fantastic stuff. Going into enemy territory, quite literally, and interviewing these folks, showcasing sarcasm that they don't pick up on, and also displaying, unfortunately, large swaths of America that have fallen into the cult.